So far what we've got is we've loaded two images into our Pygame, and you can see we've got this background and we've got our ship. Now, fortunately, I drew the background the exact same size as the screen. Now, if I were to change my screen to, let's say, be 1000 by 800, and I ran it again, you can see the background doesn't actually fit quite right. Okay, so the way we can get around that is we can just scale the picture of our background. So the way we scale a picture is we are going to set background to, so we're going to do something to background and reset it as this, pygame.transform.scale. And what surface do we want to transform? We want to transform our background. And what do we want to transform it by? Well, let's say we want our background to be the exact same width and height as the screen. So S width, comma S height. And the reason I have those S's, as you can see, I used those values right up here. Those are my screen width and my screen height. And now when I run it, you can see that my background completely fills the screen. Now, if it's not in the same aspect ratio as the original picture, then the picture will look distorted. So for example, if I were to change this to 1000 by 200 and run it, you can see it still fills the screen, but it looks all stretched and weird and distorted. So I'm going to go back to the original 800 by 600, and you can see that it'll still fill the screen just nicely. Now this ship I think is a little bit too big. So what I want to do is I want to scale this ship down a little bit. I'm going to scale the ship to about 50 by 50, I think. So I'm going to change my ship, and I'm going to scale that. So ship equals, not ship. So ship equals pygame.transform.scale, and I'm going to scale my ship into being 50 by 50. So there we go. There's my ship up in the corner. Now it's 50 pixels wide and 50 pixels high, and here's my background image. The next thing though that kind of stinks is that my ship has this white stuff here, right? It doesn't look very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set white as the transparent color on the picture. So the way you do that is ship.set_color_key. And then inside these brackets we need to say what color do we want to set as the transparent color. Well, white is 255, 255, 255. So now when I run it, you can see my ship is still there, except all of the white is gone. All of the white became transparent. Okay, so again the code for that is just ship.set_color_key, and then whatever color you put in here, that color will be transparent on your image. Okay, one last thing that I want to do. I don't want to just draw my ship in the top left corner, so I'm going to say my mouse position equals pygame.mouse.getPosition. And now we can say mouse x equals mouse position 0, and mouse y equals mouse position 1. Okay, so where do I want to draw my ship? I want to draw it at mouse x and mouse y. So if I run that, you can see wherever my mouse is, my ship is following it around. And notice that the top left corner of that image is right where the cursor is. So what we need to do is we need to shift this ship over half of its width and half of its height. Now in this case, we know the width and the height of the ship, right? The width and the height are both 50 pixels. But what if we didn't know the height of the ship? What if we didn't know the size of that rectangle? Well, that's actually very easy to figure out. So we could just call it ship width equals ship.get_width, and ship height equals ship.get height. So ship width and ship height are just the width and the height of the ship. So if we were to scale the ship, our height and width would scale with it. So where do we want to draw this? We want to draw it at mouse x, but minus half of the width. So ship width divided by 2, and mouse y minus ship height divided by 2. So if I run this, you can see my ship is drawn at the center. The center of the ship is drawn where my cursor is, and that just looks a whole lot better. So now we've kind of got the center of the ship. Now one way we can make this a little bit better than what we have right now is instead of saying ship width and ship height, we can say ship center x, ship.getWidth divided by 2, and ship center y equals ship.getHeight divided by 2. And now we don't really care about the width and the height anymore. We want to know where's the center of my ship x and the center of my ship y. So it's the center x is just the width divided by 2, and the center y is the height divided by 2. And instead of having all of this, we can just say at mouse x minus our ship center x. And mouse y minus ship center y. And when I run it, you can see it's the exact same thing. The ship center y and ship center x are just the center of our ship now.